There, now we're on YouTube. Perfect. Yeah, this storm down here near Middletown, Prescott, Germantown does have an interesting feature here on velocity or on reflectivity, but on velocity, it's not. Doesn't really look like much. What's up, Julie? Good to see you in here. It's been a long time since we streamed here at GLSCN. Or if you're watching from the ISN, welcome. It's been a while since we streamed there as well. Been a busy year for Michigan. Michigan is our top priority when it comes to severe weather, so that's always going to take the cake. But we had a chance here with Caleb Chasen uh, to pop in here for Indiana, so here we are. So currently, all of the tornado warnings have expired. As a result, we're going to go ahead and pop in our severe ops here. There we go. So we don't want to falsely advertise anything that's not happening, which is there's no active tornado warnings in our coverage area right now. So there's actually just one severe warning in effect now. That's going to cover 3 counties. It's going to be covering four counties actually: Greene, Lawrence, Monroe, and Owen counties. This is Indiana, South Central Indiana. What's up, Alan? What's up, Jade? What's up, Jess? Yeah, it's been a while, that's for sure. So again, if you're just joining us, Caleb's chasing down here, South Central Indiana. We're covering Indiana on this account tonight. So if you're watching from out of state, there's no severe threat currently besides Indiana. Could see a few isolated severe storms across western Ohio today as well as eastern Illinois, but overall chances over there are lower for right now. Indiana is the main concern. New tornado warning issued now for that Batesville storm. Let's go ahead and call it the county, Franklin County. Go ahead and crack this here just a second. Let's go ahead and pop out our tornado ops again. There we go. All right, so this storm is going to be crossing over Oldenburg. It's going to be just north of Batesville here. New tornado warning here is going to be in for the Metamora up toward Blooming Grove, Laurel, Midway, and Brookville areas. So let's go ahead and pop on our velocity here and see what's going on here. So just a bit of weaker rotation. Centered right around that Batesville to Peppertown area, directly over Oldenburg. Not seeing anything too tight with this, but still, it does have rotation with it. We look at our other radar we have pulled up. We do have a product we call normalized rotation or NROT. Bottom left of your screen, it does have a bit of rotation there showing up there in blue. The brighter the blues, the more rotation it has. So we just see a little bit there just to the a little bit east and north of Oldenburg. And that's as of 1.5 minutes ago. So about 2 minutes ago. So that's going to be moving up toward, let's go ahead and call some names out here. Center of that rotation, we'll call it over Tony Road and Loop Road near Lovers Road. Let's go ahead and track this to the north here. Joe Road. Again, this is going to be Tony Road again, Hepner Road, Schwegman Road, Tree Road, Oak Forest, Hickory Road, Warner Road, State Route 229. That's going to be the general direction it's going to be heading up toward Metamora and Brookville here. Caleb's back on the road with us here. He's again near the Nashville, Indiana area. He's over on this side.
Oh, hey Ryan, check out the Gun 3 cell just to my south.
Yep, I'm watching that too. Got some rotation there popping up. So he'll be heading toward that. Again, Caleb's dot's right there. I'm assuming, Caleb, you're going to shoot west there on 46. I'm going to assume into the forest.
Correct. Yep.
All right, so he'll be on that storm here probably about, I'm going to say 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to assume. A new scan.
Okay, you are stopping by.
Yeah, people are crazy out there. This storm is really rapid intensity. It's really getting going there. So that's going to be over Lake Monroe, and that's going to be in the county of Monroe County. So this is going to be Indiana, guys. I know there's a lot of Monroe counties here across Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. Just want to make that clear. We're in Indiana today tracking these storms, so keep that in mind here. But that is some brighter rotation coming up just to the north of Guthrie, along State Route 446 here over Lake Monroe near Smithville. It's going to be crossing a few roads here. Mostly rural. I see Shady Side Drive. I see Tent Area B, so there's a campground, looks like, some sort.
Brown County State Park, I believe.
Okay.
I
Night
could be wrong.
Ridge.
Yeah. Yep. Brown County State Park. It'll be just to the east, or clipping Brown County State Park. So if you're camping in Brown County State Park, I would go to a shelter. Don't stay in your camper.
Okay. Looks like it's going to also be Paintown State Recreation Area in the path of that as well. So no warning on that yet. Doesn't mean there's not going to be one, but a little bit more of rotation picking up there over the Lake Monroe area. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on that one, but come over back here to our tornado warning here. This is going to be for Franklin County. Rotation on that storm still appears to be quite broad in nature, although there are spotters on this storm as well. So they may be seeing something that we may not be. So trust those guys if they do see anything. There's four chasers on that storm. Perhaps more out ahead of this as well into Ohio. Oxford, Ohio, I see there's a chaser out there as well. There's also one down here. I'm not sure if they're chasing or not, but they're in the path of that. So new scan coming in on the Guthrie. We're going to call it the Guthrie cell, but it's past Guthrie. I'll go ahead and switch names over here. We're going to call it the Monroe County cell. So again, no severe or tornadic warning with that. But that'd be moving up toward the Belmont along 446 here, in toward the East Bloomington. I just noticed Bloomington here. Hopefully it tracks east of town there. I don't want to, get you guys in populated area, but it does look like it's trying to turn left there, more so toward Bloomington. So if you're in East Bloomington, Indiana, I would definitely be on alert as this cell is moving up your way. This is going to cross close to Night Ridge, Woodview Hills, as well as the Eastern Heights neighborhood in East Bloomington. And past that, we're talking New Unionville and Unionville on the north side of this statement here. So the blue box is indicating wind gusts up to 50, which is not severe. Severe is over 58 miles per hour. So we'll see if they issue anything warning-wise for this cell. Warning would either be yellow for severe or red for tornadic. New scan coming in. That needs a warning. I'm not sure why they're not pulling the trigger on that. Again, this is going to be a little bit more stronger type of rotation here, tracking out or popping out our other radar tracker here. We're seeing really increased velocities here, as well as our NROT product bottom left there showing rotation is picking up with this as well. So we need some type of warning on this of some sort. Of course, we're not the ones who issue those. Those come from NWS. So do see it lining up here with perhaps a little bit of clear air, so that might be why we're not getting that warning. Looks like it could be mostly inflow to this. Should make a little bit more sense now, but still some rotation there. Let's go ahead and check back over here with our tornado warning cell. Looks like the inbound winds are increasing here. The brighter greens are your inbound winds going toward the radar, and reds are going away from the radar. So you get these little bit of turning here in the middle. That's going to be your rotation here, centered over the Oak Forest area. New scan in, a little bit of perhaps a little bit of a couplet here. Pipe Creek Road, Walnut Fork. Looks like it's going to be a streetcar road as well. That general area. Franklin County. This is Indiana. Let's go ahead and take Caleb full here for a second.
You could briefly see the mezzo from back there. It's directly to my south.
Yeah, you're pretty much in the path of it, right where you're at there, perhaps just a bit further east. No, that's a wrong dot. I see where you're at now. There's another chaser by you, it looks like.
Okay.
So Caleb is going to be entering the Belmont area here momentarily on State Route 46. So that storm's going to cross pretty close to in front of him here. He's probably going to be able to get a good view of that. To the left of the screen looks like a pretty good. Is that a shelf cloud back in there? Am I seeing?
That's the mezzo.
Okay. Well, there
it's
you
kind
go.
of an elevated mezzo right now. Kind of hard to tell from where I'm at.
So he's traveling to the west. Go ahead and take a little bit of visual here for you guys, just kind of get you guys accustomed to where Caleb is. So this black bar over here, if you can make it out, says Caleb. That's his name. If you're traveling this way on 46, and the area of interest is right about here going north. So they're about to meet. We're looking right at that storm as it's about to cross in front of Caleb. So keep an eye on that here. Go ahead and take him back full. Again, this is a really heavily forested area here in south central Indiana. So visuals here are going to be hard to come by, but what you're seeing here on your screen is facing west there. That's a beautiful storm. I can already make that out. We're still got a few miles to go there, and you can still make out the structure, which is really, really cool. Latest scan, Caleb did weaken that velocity quite a bit.
I saw that. With being more of a surface-based setup, they're going to weaken and strengthen really fast, and so
Yep.
you're not going to have that lead time today. Pretty structure, though, for an elevated storm at this time.
Check out Mezzo here in a second. That Shelbyville cell starting to look interesting again, too.
Yeah, I was watching that one, too.
Let's pop out our Mezzo analysis and take a peek at what the atmosphere is doing. And we are live simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook on both Indiana Storm Network as well as Great Lakes Tracing Network accounts. So feel free, if you want to watch us on YouTube instead, or if you want to watch us on Facebook instead, feel free to jump over to either one. So again, guys, Caleb is about to enter the storm's core here in a few. So looking at the radar where Caleb is, this storm, go ahead and pop on our radar here real quick. Caleb is right about here entering the East Bloomington area. The storm that we're kind of watching is this one right here. It looks elevated visually here, but it has a little bit of weak rotation with it. Zooming out across the region, just one severe and one tornado warning in effect here. So the severe warning is going to be in effect for this storm to the east, mostly for Greene County. The storm is completely in Greene County, but will be in Owen County here momentarily. That's going to be warned here for 60-mile-per-hour wind and potential tornadic activity possible. Then the storm to the east, which is tornado warned over here in Franklin County near Batesville, that storm is increasing in intensity. So we're going to watch that a bit more closely now. Not seeing anything, again, not too tight here. It still says radar indicated on the warning text, so not too tight of a velocity couplet, but still bears close watching. South central Indiana is where we're at. Caleb is chasing just south Indianapolis. Devin, I do not think Terre Haute is in for anything strong tonight. Looks like Terre Haute's pretty much going to be in the clear for now, just some showers. I don't see anything strong heading your way.
If there was a wall cloud or a mezzo, it's gone now. Structurally, I'm not really seeing much of anything.
Playing around with the settings here. There we go. All right, so the severe warning has been dropped for that western storm now. Just that tornado warning in effect now for the Franklin County area, Metamora, Peppertown area. It's going to be the only warning in effect here for the state of Indiana. Center of rotation about to hit Yellow Bank, right across 62 here, heading up closer to the Rhine Road, Romer Road, up toward Blooming Grove. It's going to be the heaviest of your velocities. New scan just tightened up just a bit more just west of Brookville. Again, crossing 52 up toward Bushy Road, Yellow Bank Road. I guess going to follow Bushy North-South Road up here to Crossover Road, Duck Creek Road, Banks Road, Bray Road, and Brimley Road toward Blooming Grove. So this is becoming just a bit tighter. Still doesn't look overly, too tight, but still bears close watching. Yeah, Caleb, looks like it's becoming capped down there, according to the latest meso.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
About 500 joules surface-based caper you're at there, about 600 in the mix layer. A lot of shear, that's for sure, but that's to be expected with these systems.
I'm going to pull off here and look at some data.
Okay. All right, so we're talking the only warning in the Indiana area right now is going to be Franklin County, south central, more so southeastern part of Indiana. This is going to be a tornado warning here for Brookville, Metamora, Blooming Grove areas. Center of rotation, crossing State Route 1 here momentarily near Ryan Road, Bushy Road, and Romer Road. Doesn't look overly, impressive, honestly, but the radar beam at this location is also about 5,000 feet off the ground, so we may not be seeing what's below that 5,000 foot mark too. That's a limitation of Doppler radar across the USA. We have kind of guess what's going on sometimes below that few thousand feet mark. This is between radars here, between Indianapolis, Wilmington, Ohio, and also um, Evansville as well. So doesn't look too concerning via latest scans, though. What's up, Kevin? This is southeastern Indiana here. The only warning anywhere in the region currently is going to be, besides flood warnings, obviously, it's going to be a tornado warning here in southeastern Indiana, Franklin County to be exact. For those of you who are from Michigan, we'll probably do another briefing on what to expect overnight tonight over on Michigan Storm Chasers here pretty soon. So if you're from Michigan, stay tuned for that. But Caleb's out here chasing Indiana. He's just kind of going over a few things here, trying to reposition, perhaps chase on into the evening, and we'll be here tracking it as he does so. They did extend the tornado warning now to the north. It's going to include Union County as well as southeastern Fayette County and as well as the northern part of Franklin. So Franklin continues the tornado warning. We're going to be talking southern Union and southeastern Fayette counties. This rotation doesn't appear to be overly concerning. It's just kind of broad rotation here. Definitely, it goes up in tilts as well, so it's a deeper meso, which is what you want to see for tornadoes and stuff like that. But still not really tight enough to warrant concern. I wouldn't think for anything on the ground, that is. So popping back over here to that storm that Caleb is, or should I say, was on here. The storm has weakened as it pushes to the north here. So his dot is going to be right here in Bloomington. I'm going to assume. Nope, not that one. There you are. There's Caleb, east side of Bloomington. Looking at the radar, it does say 50-mile-per-hour winds on the blue box here. But the storm is weakening as it pushes up toward Indianapolis. So his he has a choice here whether to follow the storm to the north or wait for this one to the south. And judging by radar, I think that he's going to stick on the south cell here. There's a couple pockets here we mentioned about 15 minutes ago along the leading edge of this line that may try to spin tornadoes up. There's a little bit of a pocket here we're kind of watching. Right here, we have a naval support activity crane, wherever that is, north of Dover Hill, east of Burn City. This area right there. I'll be heading up his way, fairly close to him here in Bloomington. So he's probably going to wait for that and then see if that's going to do anything interesting. But that's about probably a half hour or so away, I'm going to say. So stay tuned for that. The tornado warning over here was just extended. Let's go ahead and take a look back here at our radar. So again, the bulk of the rotation is now going to be centered over Reservoir Road. Looks like we got a new warning coming in somewhere. Not sure if it's regional or if it's out of state. I don't see anything new popping in here. So I'm going to assume it's going to be regional or out of state, should I say. So new rotational scan here over the Reservoir Roberts Road. Looks like it's in a rural area here. Moving up towards State Route 101 near New Fairfield, Brookview Lake. Perhaps a trailer park up here. You guys live on this trailer park. Lakeshore Resort is what it's called on Brookville Lake. That's going to be in line here. So make sure you guys are taking your precautions. So New Fairfield up here toward Brookville Lake is going to be about the path it's going to take. State Route 101 or State Road 101 crosses right about here. New Fairfield right there. Brookview Lake is right there. That rain sounds so soothing. rotation is picking up on the Brookville cell as well. Go ahead and take that back here. Go over that a few more times here. I want to take out the other radar I have pulled up here. So we're getting a little bit more in the way of rotation showing up here, where these two greens and reds are meeting here. Then on the bottom left here, seeing that normalized rotation, it's got a little bit of a brighter blue and a green dot now. So that's going to be where the center of rotation is going to be at. Not seeing anything debris-wise here, but that looks to be tightening up quite a bit. It's going to be over rural areas right now, at least. So that's going to be good news. I don't see any houses here. But it's going to be tracking very close to Fairfield Causeway Road, tracking into New Fairfield here. Looks like there's a few houses here, perhaps a trailer park. Huber Road, Charlame Road, or Drive, should I say. Huber Drive, Charlame Drive, Fairfield Parkway, Tremont Place, and Klein Road. That's going to be, looks like a potential trailer home or trailer park there. Rotation continues here, basically right over that location. So if you guys happen to live in this tornado warning near Brookville Lake, Fairfield, New Fairfield, you guys need to be inside in your basements if you have one. If not, go to your hallway, an interior room away from windows, hunker down and prepare for this. It doesn't look too tight, but it has that look like it's going to drop something here next couple of scans. So just be alert here. This is about to cross over into the county line. This is Franklin County. It's about to cross over into Union County here. So not a good situation. Tracking this here. Again, the trailer park I'm talking about, there's a couple of them showing up here, perhaps. Not sure the subdivisions or trailer parks, but there's one here in New Fairfield. There's also one up here on the Brookville Lake area. The one by New Fairfield here has my most concern. It's about to be hit, if not being hit right now, by the center of the rotation. Not seeing any debris being wafted on radar, but this rotation does appear to be a little bit stronger than what we've been seeing with this. So it bears close watching here. Wait for the new scan to pop in here. We're getting scans every about minute and a half, so we should be talking another scan here any moment. About probably another, there's a new scan. It's still not over, but it's about to pass directly over. And that was as of 20 seconds ago. Not seeing anything being lofted on debris either, but again, it's a decent couplet there. Inbounds of 40 and then outbounds of roughly 33. So it's equivalent right now to about an EF0 speeds here, about 5,000 feet off the surface, which is a weaker signature. So if this increases, be more so concerned for this. But for right now, that's going to be just one to watch here very, very closely. So New Fairfield especially, it's about to cross State Road 101, Franklin Church Road, Billingsville, Charlottesville, Bath, Bath Road, Old Bath, Farm Hill Road, Mud Road, Fox Run Road, Whitcomb Road. It's going to be in the path of this. It's about to cross the Franklin County line over into Union County. I do know that the warning does include Fayette County, although right now there's no immediate concern tornadic-wise for you. Gusty winds are still a possibility there. Looking at the latest scan on the Franklin County / Union County cell, weak rotation now passing over New Fairfield. I don't see anything on the ground. Rotation is actually weakening just a bit. Looks like a pretty broad meso. It's rotating for sure. Capable of producing a tornado, yes, but right now does not appear to be organized very well. So that's good news. Although it can very well ramp up very quickly here. So don't let your guard down if you live in the path of this. Again, it's going to be crossing the Union County line as we speak. Franklin County, Union County line.
The amount of scud rising off the hills is pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, definitely a lot of moisture and a lot of lift out there today. All right, taking back radar here. The latest scan does concern me just a bit with this rotation now. Centered going to be over Indiana Highway 101, Arthur Curry Road. That's going to be the main intersection there. We're going to follow State Route 101 a little bit further north here towards Billingsville. It's a little bit tighter now. We're getting inbounds and outbounds increasing just a bit. So winds on this side are about 42 miles an hour of inbound, and outbound winds are roughly between 20 and 30. So equivalent to about 60 or 70 mile per hour on the what we call gate to gate, which would be equivalent to a weak tornado. So it's wrapping back up just a bit here. Again, this is me crossing over Billingsville very closely here. It's me crossing Base Road, West Contreras Pike. As again, centered over State Route 101 as we speak. Co Road and Curry Road are the nearest crossroads to State Route 101, where this rotation is currently crossing. Again, looking at our GR2 product here, the rotation is very evident here with rotation on the bottom left there, the velocity top left. Not seeing anything debris-wise on the bottom right of your screen, but it does have that hook-on radar, very classic structure. Um, it wants to produce, but I don't think it is right now. It might try to produce so. All right. Still not seeing anything here concerning that's on the ground. Nothing like that. Rotation is appearing to be weakening out just a bit. It's trying to, but it's just not having the juice to do it. It's going to cross close to Billingsville here, south of Roseburg. Centered rotation right now over Scratch Gravel Road and Indiana Highway 101. So it's following 101 very closely here for a few minutes here, but it's about to cross over on the east side towards Roseburg, uh, Rutherford Road, as well as long as along with South Base Road here as well. So again, this green and red meeting here is going to be where the rotation is. So greens are inbound winds, reds are outbound winds. So a little bit of a pass off potentially here, also ongoing. Um, Perhaps cycling off to the south. You're going to have to watch the southern end here more so closely as looks like the rotation here is what the supercells do is they cycle through sometimes where they the old rotation area dies and then a new one forms. This might be what it's trying to do here. So your old rotation area would be right here with the greens going away from the radar and reds going toward it. But as it continues, it kind of switches up, you see. So the greens now are on top, but the reds kind of shifted down and they're meeting a whole nother area of green here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that south end of this storm here. It might be trying to cycle through. So Billingsville, I'd be on alert for that. But right now, nothing immediate. Next couple of minutes, nothing immediate like that. Doesn't look too concerning to be on the ground, but definitely a possible cycle here. So the south side of this storm on the warning here should definitely be alert. So Billingsville, especially if you're on the south side here towards West College Corner, that's going to be another area to watch here, along with any rural areas if you guys happen to live close. I see there's a state park here, Houston Woods State Park, Houston Woods area in general. Morning sun. If you're on the south side of this warning here, be alert. It should remain pretty close to this bottom tier, the bottom warning polygon here. But if you live, like, again, just very close to this, be alert. These storms like to cycle, and this one might be cycling through. This is Franklin County, Indiana. Well, actually, it's Union County now, but this is southeast Indiana. Okay, this is the only warning in the region currently. So no severe, no tornado warnings except for this one right here that you're seeing on your screen. New scan coming in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our other radar here. It's closer to Wilmington now. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that. It does look to be kind of, unorganized right now. Do you notice another tornado warning now for southern Ohio? A radar indicated warning here, just south of Dayton. It's always Dayton, I swear. Always around Dayton. Seems that way, at least. Not seeing too much there either via Dayton's radar, but still. That's going to be for the county in Ohio now. This is going to be for Butler and Western Warren counties. But Caleb, I'm going to pop out of here real quick. I got to do a Michigan briefing at 9 o'clock with Joel. And then if anything's happening, I'll hop back on here with you. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. I'm going to leave the tornado warning banner up just because there's a couple warnings in effect here. So I'll pop back in if it looks to... I'll control the banner behind the scenes. I have another laptop I can put in here, so...
You're fine. Right now, I'm following this outer band here for any rotation that pops up on the south side, but also it's really rolly down here. So looking for any flash flooding as well.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull myself out of here. I'm going to put my other radar live. I'm going to leave my laptop rolling for you. So I'm going to run radar along with your stream together. Okay?
Yeah, no, you're fine.
All right, there you guys go. I'll pop out of here. I'll be back after the Michigan Storm Chaser stream at 9 o'clock. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
So not a whole lot going on right now, guys. Although there is plenty of wind shear and vorticity, instability is kind of waning right now, as well as the environment being capped a little bit. And that's kind of limiting a lot of your robust thunderstorm and updraft potential right now. So that's why there hasn't been a lot of long-lasting deep mesocyclones or deep rotation within these storms down here. But again, thanks for watching, guys. So do me a favor, those of you who are watching, go to the chat box, and while we're chasing, tell me one thing, or your favorite thing about the weather, or let's say your favorite aspect that you've seen, weather related, whether it be what you like about the weather, or your favorite phenomena that you've seen, or any cool stories you guys have. Maybe a storm story, or you're driving down the road and a tornado crossed in front of you, or doesn't have to be that crazy, but what's some stuff you guys have? Put it in the chat there. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Any cool weather stories you guys may have? Look at that cumulonimbus cloud in front of us here. You can just see it billowing there. Pretty cool. It's actually really pretty. Yeah, Krista. Sometimes when we're chasing, you think you know every aspect about the environment of which you're in, and what the atmosphere is capable of or not capable of, and yet Mother Nature loves to have that back pocket curveball that she likes to throw sometimes. So you never really know what to truly expect when you're out. I'm going to switch to Wilmington's radar here on my side. Looks like the strongest rotation is between West College Center and Liberty. They're close to the state line, so definitely something to keep an eye on there. Look at the cloud structure here on the back side of this thing. That is awesome. And look at the scud rising up on the left-hand side. That is pretty cool. That cloud structure is just so beautiful. Right now, we're outside of Nashville, Indiana, just northeast of Brown County State Park on 46 is where I am at currently. Hello again, William. Glad to have you. Ah, hi, Bob. That's funny stuff. Still, radar indicated tornado warning there close to state line, and that is for Preble County in west central Ohio, and also Union County in east central Indiana. Still radar indicated there. The rotation may have broadened out just a little bit, but still pretty decent rotation there. Yeah, the cloud structure down here is very beautiful. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. Maybe some broad rotation, maybe trying to form around Seymour, Indiana, but nothing nothing tight enough for a tornado warning by any means. But kind of has my eye a little bit. But that'd be just to my south. Yeah, so right now, Shanna, we're in south central Indiana, south of Indianapolis, on State Road 46, just outside of Nashville, Indiana. I believe is the closest town, or due east of Columbus, or due west of Columbus, Indiana, is where we are located right now. But outside of tornadoes, probably one of the largest risks tonight, or the greatest risk, is heavy rainfall rates and flash flooding, especially when you're heavier downpours. You can have rainfall rates at 1 to 2 inches per hour in some of these heavier thunderstorms. So definitely keep that in mind if you're out and about tonight on the roads. Watch out for ponding water with these heavier showers and thunderstorms. When you get rainfall rates at 1 to 2 inches per hour plus, it doesn't take long for water to compile on the roadway, really become hazardous. That's impressive coming from Michigan. I kind of have mixed feelings about that. I kind of feel like construction in Michigan starts but never ends, or they never finish. Or they put a traffic cone next to a pothole instead of filling the pothole. But you have some of that in Indiana too. So, have I filmed a tornado? Not today. Although there is plenty of vorticity and wind shear at the surface, there's not a lot of instability right now to allow these updrafts to really grab hold and take advantage of that wind shear present today. So we had a rather large tornado earlier today, just outside of Evansville, Indiana, that caused some structural damage there. But outside of that, there hasn't been too many. Right now, Wendy, we're on State Road 46. Coming into Columbus, Indiana is kind of where we're at right now. Just on the south side of this outer band here. Is where we are located right now. Not a whole lot of lightning in these showers either. And a lot of that is indicative of your updrafts not becoming really robust. So, one of the reasons, anyways. Off the top of my head, Lori, I am not sure where exactly North Vernon is. What part of the state is that in? Assuming it's in Indiana. About ready to run into the southern band here. Right now, there is only one tornado warning, and that is the one right on state line. Rotation. Let me switch radars here. That rotation has broadened significantly, which is a good sign. But that tornado warning is still in effect there for eastern Union County, Indiana. But it looks like the rotation has weakened significantly, which is really good to see. We're going to run into some heavy rainfall here. From the band there just outside of Seymour, Indiana. We're coming up to Interstate 65, to that interchange there is what we're coming up to. Yeah, we'll do our best, Wendy. If we see one or see anything on radar that looks concerning, we'll try to point that out for you. Right now, I don't see a whole lot, or at least nothing really concerning or imminent at this moment in time. We'll see if that changes or how things evolve here. As there's a lot of surface wind shear, so if any updraft does tap into it, it won't take much for it to rotate. So now we're coming up to the State Road 46 and I-65 interchange is what we are coming up to now. Outside of Columbus, Indiana. There is some stronger winds on radar just south of Elizabethtown. Some stronger gusts may be mixing down there, maybe close to 50 to 55 miles per hour, if that is in fact coming all the way to the ground. Nothing tornadic at this time with that storm, but there is some stronger winds mixing down. And that is coming into Elizabethtown. But yeah, Jeannie, all of this rain here and moisture is associated with what's left of Beryl. So yeah, if you're in Elizabethtown, you're probably getting some gusty winds there, probably around 45, 50 miles per hour, somewhere right in there. But a very heavy rainfall here. Yeah, thanks, William. Take care. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Kind of a cool bridge here. Now we're coming into Columbus, Indiana. Right now, no hail, Jeannie. I don't really see hail being an issue at all today anywhere in Indiana. And a lot of that is because we don't have everything surface-based. We don't really have the strong updrafts needed to create hail today. You really need those strong updrafts to loft water high enough to where it can bounce around and freeze, and we just don't have that today. But what we do have is a lot of moisture and very heavy rainfall rates. So flash flooding is going to be your main concern, followed by an isolated brief tornado or two. But flash flooding is definitely your main risk tonight. Some water there. Getting back on 46 here. Yeah, right now, Robin, I am just outside of Columbus, Indiana. Is where I am at currently. Right now, there are no tornado warnings anywhere in the state, Indiana or Ohio, which is good. A little bit of water there. bit of water there on the road. Ditches are filling up. I guess that's up here. You can kind of see the base of the storm now as we're just behind it. Turn my wipers down a little bit. It does have some nice structure to it. And there is some broad rotation, but nothing real tight coming in out of the ground or anything like that. But it is really a pretty storm. Has some nice structural characteristics to it. So right now we switched to State Road 9, and we'll be following this storm north here. See if it does anything. Really pretty structure, though, I will have to admit. Maybe some stronger winds trying to mix down near Hope, Indiana again. Maybe even some slight rotation there. This storm is starting to show signs of rotation just to my north, near Hope, Indiana. We're going to be getting a good view on it here as we turn north. All right, so now we're facing the storm now. Radar is showing winds right around 50 to 55, so just right under severe criteria for Hope. So you're probably seeing some gusty winds right now within this storm directly in front of me here. So you can actually see what appears to be your base there. Still kind of elevated a little bit, nothing super low by any means. We are just south of Hope, Indiana. In south central Indiana. Still some stronger winds just outside of Hope, directly in front of me here. Probably just to the left of those darker clouds on your screen, there where the color turns kind of white. That's where your heaviest rain is. Probably some heavier winds right in there. It'll be just on the northwest side of Hope now. That's where your stronger winds are with this cell. Still not a whole lot to write home about with it, though. Currently, there are no tornado warnings within Indiana or Ohio, which is good. Hopefully, it stays that way. But we are just to the south of Hope, Indiana, just a few miles south of town. But a really moist atmosphere. Like right now, our temperature is 73 and our dew point is 72, according to my Mesonet. So, a lot of moisture to work with. That's why these rain showers have been so heavy. So now we're coming into Hope. The cell has also picked up speed a little bit, going a little bit faster now to the north. So now we are in Hope, Indiana. In south central Indiana. I don't see any leaves down or any limbs down or anything like that in Hope. So if those stronger winds were there, excuse me, they weren't quite mixing down to the ground. They were probably staying just a couple 100 feet off the ground. A lot of water. Some more water. Some flash flooding there. What are you doing? Okay, you're stopping. Don't know why you're stopping. Yeah, so right now, Sierra, we're on State Road 9, kind of between Hope and Shelbyville is kind of where we're at right now. But not a whole lot to write home about, that's for sure. So currently there are no warnings. There is a new mesoscale discussion that just got issued by the Storm Prediction Center. The mesoscale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center basically states that an isolated, brief rotating supercell is possible, but the severe risk should slowly diminish as the evening progresses. So, we'll see if they reissue a tornado watch further down the stream, but right now I don't see that being probable at this time. Right now, there are currently no severe thunderstorm warnings anywhere in the tri-state area. Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, there are no active warnings currently anywhere. Mercer County, Ohio. Right now, I don't see anything too significant. You guys are in a marginal risk for severe weather tonight, and that is mainly just for a brief spin-up tornado. But right now, I don't see anything widespread at this time. The severe risk should slowly diminish as the evening progresses. Now that we've lost the sun, and we already don't have a lot of instability to begin with, to get those updrafts up and really get them robust enough to tap into the wind shear that we have, which we have plenty of wind shear. We just don't have that instability to get those updrafts up to tap into it. There's been a few pockets of instability that crept in, and that gave us a rather large tornado outside of Evansville, Indiana, earlier this afternoon that my colleague was able to get close to today. But after that, there hasn't really been too many other tornadoes, which is good. If we had more instability, or CAPE, which stands for convective availability of potential energy, that's just how much energy we have in the atmosphere. if we had more of that, it likely would have been a different story today, just because of the amount of wind shear and vorticity that we have, a lot of spin in the atmosphere. So, but if you don't have enough energy, storms aren't going to tap into that spin. So that's what you want to see, which is good. That's allowing the storms to behave themselves at the moment. Some lightning up ahead. But right now, we're just south of Shelbyville, Indiana, is where we are currently located at. Pretty decent structure, though, on this storm outside of Shelbyville. Um, it actually has a really nice base to it. It actually looks really cool. Maybe a little bit of broad rotation here, but nothing to indicate a tornado at all. But your cloud base is really low. And we are coming into Shelbyville. Really impressive shelf cloud, though. Um, that shelf cloud is low, very low to the ground. maybe some broad rotation here, just on the north side of Shelbyville. Once I get up here, I'll get a better look at what I'm looking at here. But structurally wise, it looks really more closer to a shelf cloud than it does a wall cloud or a meso. As we turn here, you guys might be able to see what I'm looking at here just on the other side of the trees. Yeah, there's your base. Maybe a little bit of rotation here, but hard to tell on radar. But it's kind of hugging Interstate 74. Some water here. We're going to lose visual here just for a brief second here as we head over to 74. There is actually a little bit of a hook on it now, just outside of Shelbyville. Once we get on the interstate here, we'll be able to see that. Fort Recovery, Ohio, I don't see any widespread severe weather for you guys tonight. Really anywhere in Mercer County, Ohio tonight. You guys are technically in a marginal risk for a slight chance of a brief spin-up tornado, but I don't see any widespread severe weather being too much of an issue that far north tonight. Mainly heavy rain and maybe some few rumbles of thunder would be the main concerns there. There's a non-zero threat of a spin-up, but I don't see that being very high at this time. So right now it looks like the tornado risk has gone down significantly. There's still a non-zero risk for a brief spin-up tornado through the rest of tonight. But right now the primary risk is heavy rains and some gusty winds. That's going to be your main risk tonight. So with that being said, I am probably going to sign off here. I don't really see anything imminent at this time. If we do see anything come up, we will go live here and update you guys accordingly. But I am going to go ahead and sign off here. And if we do see anything come up or anything worth mentioning, we will hop on and let you guys know as soon as we can. So I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. And I hope all of you guys have a wonderful evening.